Right, one more go. Goodness gracious me. All kinds of coughs going on here. Right. Now, still got some factions left here. Do we have some sound? Do we have some sound? Get some trousers on. Missed on those gift cards. Right. Yes, we take 3. Take 2 is quite interesting. As you go and take 2, pictures came down off that wall, which I took to be a sign that I should sing some more. As soon as I get done here, this is going to be a song called, it's a blues number, it's called I Got the Old Kink At My Guitar Strap-On Blues. It's a cover version of a Blind Willie Jefferson song from 1822. It's a song called Letter Home from, well, what's now an hour and a half ago. Yeah, of course the tunings have gone out. But anyway. Right, let's begin. I haven't sung a New Beginning in a long time. And this is going to be, take 2 is the one that's probably come out best. So I'm going to change the rhythm around. I've done so much tuning on that string and I still can't get it where I want it to be. So this is going to be a slower version, just reacquainting myself with the chords. How's that sound to you? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we just have to try and not play that string then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi Mom, it's me. I hope you and Dad are fine. I haven't heard from you in such a long time. I'm asking again, are you angry with me for leaving with Tommy? If you are, please don't be. I'm nearly 18, a little girl, no more. And I met someone who I adore. I wanted to be with him, so I had to go. Don't you understand? Please don't say no. How is little Jimmy? How tall is he now? I would love to visit you all somehow. Tommy said he called you and you said no. Said you had no daughter. Do you hate me so? Could you send some pictures to go on my wall? I hate this distant silence so I miss you all. Even a one-line reply would be a start, just to let me know I'm still in your hearts. And I have to write with some embarrassment. Things are a little tight. We're late with the rent. Tommy's working hard, but truth to tell, if we don't make the rent this week, your bracelet I must sell. Oh, Mom, it breaks my heart to contemplate, but the landlord can be mean, and he won't wait. I truly hate to ask, but is there any way you could send me some money for our bills to pay? I'm crying as I write all of these words, lines of success and happiness I'd much have preferred. I'm growing up fast in so many ways, but I don't want our past to be erased. Mom, I've got to go. Tommy will be back soon. Now it's him who tells me to tidy the room. Every letter I write home, he insists he post himself. Don't I have a wonderful man, puts me above everyone else. Okay, that's the letter home. Okay, I'll turn this camera off because I don't have very many pixels left in this XD card, so thank you, Camera 2, for your time. And to everyone else who's still hanging on, hands up all those of you who want to hear my speaking voice. Okay, it's a necessity, I'm afraid. So my name is Paul Murphy. Thank you for listening to this song. If you are in any way at all interested in my lyrics and anything else I may have done, I have a series of books on Amazon, a little known website, about 45 books in total. About 25 to 30 of them perhaps are lyric anthologies. You can see some around here, songs without music. I do apologise. I'm wearing leg braces and so afraid I'm going to fall over it any second, so there's some more up there. So if you were to go to Amazon and type in Paul Murphy and say Doorways or Paul Murphy Songs Without Music, Paul Murphy From My Cold Dead Hands, or Paul Murphy Purification, which is one of the books that this lyric will appear in, or has appeared in by the time you've seen this, that will bring up all my books, and you can click on my name and you can see what I've done there. There's also 10 comedy books and 6 or 7 children's titles as well. And if you care to purchase any of them, I would be very, very, very grateful indeed. No obligation. You can read 20 pages for free on the samples. But some of them are themed as well. So there's For My Child, which is lyrics I wrote for my children. And if you've got children of your own, it's a nice present to give your own child. If I say so myself, you know. As a birthday or Christmas present, or just to have in the house and read them a story. Just change the names. I don't get a cent from the lyrics because I have functional motor neurological disorder. You'll probably see that I can't stand up straight, because if you think my arms are bad, you have no idea what my legs are like, and you don't want to. All the royalties go to my beautiful children. That's my darling son now, when they grow up, because they're very young at the moment. They're 10 and 12, actually 11 and 12. My daughter was 11 last week. So now you know when Daddy's recording this, Emily, if you ever get to see this. This particular song, very near the end, I promise you. I will find a full stop soon. I wrote a song, well, whenever you see this, but I wrote a song a while back and it's called Juliet. And it's quite a long, that's very long for a song. It's 48 minutes long. I think it's about 40 verses. It's presented in a book you can see over there called A New Journey Ahead, and it's also in the 2024 lyric anthology called 2024. How did I ever think of that title? And it's a very, very long tale, and it's a tale about female exploitation, female subjugation, the abuse of love, as well as other kinds of abuse. And it's a very stark piece of work, and it's very hard-hitting. I wouldn't in any way at all gloss it up. It really is. It's one of the most uncomfortable songs that I've written, and I've written a few, you know, over the decades. You know, so, I mean, She's Cried a Million Tears, for instance, you know, the song I wrote about domestic abuse, or so many times before. A lot of these elements are in that song. And I wanted to do something more with it, and I had some other songs that I was writing in visualizing, because it's not a journalistic piece, but it's a true story. So, I had some other songs, one that I wrote in the week, because it's got such a downbeat ending, and I thought, if I do anything with this work, what can I do? Because where the song ends is truly harrowing, truly, truly, truly harrowing. And because it's about the desecration of love, really, in all ways that you can envisage that. So I wrote this song the other day called Their Tale, and I thought, now there is the happy ending. And again, I was visualizing the same character that I was visualizing when I wrote the first song, only in this one I put myself in there as the guitar player in there that she meets. So I've got the happy ending, and then yesterday I wrote a song and that gave me the middle, i.e. the bridging piece between the end of Juliet. So what happened after the last line of Juliet to the first line of Their Tale, and so I wrote that song there. And then, I truly swear I'm very near the end. Do you remember half an hour ago when I said I'm only 2 minutes away from the end? but I only have these films to leave behind for my children or to anyone, you know, so for the people that like to know the stories behind my songs, I have to do these because, you know, I can't answer their letters anymore. You know. That meant writing some bridging material. The way to do it was to take Juliet, which is 40 verses, 20 long verses. When I was recording it, I cut it into 40 sub-verses, and to split that song up, because it runs in 3 pieces in any case. Well, it starts at the end of the Juliet story, and then it goes into how she met Tommy, and then the next bit. So, and this is one of the linking materials. So I won't do a spoiler alert on the rest of the story. Go buy the book. And it won't be very much. It should roll in at about, I think, maybe 60 pages. If I put any notes and artwork in it, it'd be about 60 pages. And I price all my stuff right down to the bone, you know, so when I say my children get the royalties from the books. I think my anthology 2024, well, I mean, from my Cold Dead Hands up there, the hardback edition of that is 550 pages, and it's 20 quid, you know, and I think you've got 187 songs in there, so, you know, and the royalty section of that is very small. Jeff Bezos makes far more out of my books than my children will. Doesn't seem right, really, does it? But, hey, yeah, so, and in the first part of Juliet, it starts off with what is happening in the present day, and then it slips back in time to Tommy comes home, and his small-town boy made good, he flashed the cash, and he had the hair, and all the girls drew all over him. Juliet was innocent in every way you could mention. So he meets Juliet, and then he says to her, well, you know, I've had enough of this little one-horse town. It's got nothing for me. I'm leaving, you know. It's been fun, but thanks, you know. See you. We'll ride someday, and, you know. And Tommy's eyes gleamed as he saw first-time tears flowing. And he says, well, hey, you know, I got an idea. Why don't you come with me, you know, come back to the city with me, you know. And so she dashes into home, and she says, look, you know, Mom, Dad, I'm in love with Tommy, you know, love you too, but I'm going to take some things. And part one ends with her in the car, and her saying to her mother, you know, all right, when we're settled. And this is the linking piece that comes after, through these, there's 2 linking pieces. So she starts off with one I wrote yesterday called, I can't read it from here. I can't believe my life has just begun. So that's her in the car thinking, oh, you know, my life has just begun. And then section 2 of the song starts with, they're in the apartment, it starts, you know, Tommy's apartment didn't match his words. A 2-room, cold water, in a block down by the docks. He never told her what he did for a living, and then they run out of money, you know, and this sits in there. So it's a standalone song, but that's where it fits in the narrative, and you know, and she's writing home, and the last lines of the song here. Where do we start? F. Well, I'll do the last verse. Every letter I write home, he insists he posts himself. Don't I have a wonderful man, puts me above everyone else. And of course he's not sending any of the letters home. And the verse where Tommy said he called you, and you said no. You said you had no daughter anymore. Do you hate me so? And that's what Tommy done was he phoned Juliet's mother and said, she doesn't want to speak to you anymore. She said she has no parents anymore. She doesn't hear from you. Don't write to her. And he's destroying the letters. So anyway, that was very long-winded, wasn't it? I do apologise. Speaking of long-winded, we're in the middle of a storm outside here. So if you like that song on its own, and the lyrics to that are in a book called Purification by me, Paul Murphy, available on Amazon. I think it's £6 for the paperback and maybe 12 for the hardback. It's got 40 songs in already. This is the 40th song that I've written this month, and it's the 18th today. Or is it the 19th? Either way, pretty prolific. And if you want to know where this, I swear I'm nearly at the end, no, I truly, truly am. And if you want to know where this one fits in the central narrative, or, you know, what this would be surrounding, it's in a book called Juliet, and the subtitle is A Story in 3 Acts. Although it does have a happy ending, I promise you, okay? Since it's already been published, I can tell you that the book is going to end with a song called And Love Is You. So I've already recorded on that, so on YouTube, so I don't think you can get a much more positive, empowering ballad than that, or lyric. Okay, I'm surprised I was able to stand up all the way through that. Aren't you glad I did? That's why I'm self-deprecating it. So Paul Murphy, thank you for your time, and if you care to purchase any of my books, thank you on behalf of Dylan and Emily. Take care. If I turn that off, you won't hear me scream if I fall over off camera, yeah? You want to hear a G, an E while I go? SOS.